Hello and welcome back to the Chickenpants studio. If you're new here, hi, I'm Claire, an artist working out of the Portland, Oregon area. If you hear any snorting or snoring, and you probably will, it's Frida, my pug, who is a total Velcro pug. She just insists on being on my lap pretty much all day, every day. So yes, my paintings do get a lot of dog hair in them. It's something of a problem. Anyway, grab your favorite beverage and a creative project and work alongside me because it's fun working virtually with somebody. So let's get into it. Pretty much every morning, I like to paint these low stress, free flowing paintings in my art journals. It's a really fun time. And this day, I had mushrooms on the brain because I was working on a new online class. That's what I do. I make online classes. Yesterday, I was working on that course all day long, and it was just not a good painting day. Everything came out wrong. Do you ever have those days where everything you paint comes out trash? No? Just me? So, here is what happened. First, I filmed the drawing part of the tutorial, but I didn't like how my drawing turned out. No problem, I'll do it again. So I did it again, and it turned out nearly the same. A little better, but nearly just identical to the first one. So at that point, it was already lunchtime, so I took a little break, had a little lunch, and then on kind of a whim, I decided to check the footage, which is a very good thing that I did. And let that be a lesson to you. Always check the footage. Everything I filmed was slightly out of frame, just out of frame enough to be completely unusable. Yeah. So that was a fun discovery. So I had to draw it a third time. And I just got really focused and I got down to work and I drew and I drew and I drew and I got the drawing part done and then I started painting and I just kept painting until the camera was on the verge of overheating and shutting itself down. I went as far as I could go, basically. And then I stopped, I paused, and I looked at what I had been painting all afternoon, and it was terrible. Oh, you guys, it was a real stinker of a painting. It was lopsided, but not in a good way. It was not cute. It was very awkward. It had an expression that looked less like smiling, more like screaming. It was, oh, guys, it was so bad. So, so bad. It was the kind of painting where you think, I should really stop painting, just give it up and go be, I don't know, a barista or something, because clearly this is not where my talent lies. So, yeah, it was just a bad day for painting. I think probably everybody has those days, I hope, where sometimes just everything comes out wrong. And I hope this was a fluke, and the next time I go to work on this course, it will just flow nicely and not be terrible. That is the hope. So that day's progress was zero. I made zero progress towards getting that course done. Yay! Doesn't bother me at all. And then after looking at my painting and being basically disgusted, I decided, okay, all right, it's a bad painting day, fine. Work on this video. Why not work on this video instead? So I fired up the computer and I was working on it, and then the computer started behaving very badly to the point where I could not get any work done on it. It just ugh. There was the spinning beach ball of death. There was the not being able to shut anything down. It was a mess. So at that point, I just walked out of the studio and made some soup. I just was done with the day. But if we are to get back to these mushrooms, on the day I painted them, it was actually a very good painting day, and I really like how this particular art journal spread turned out. So what I did first, what you've already seen, is I drew the outlines with Tim Holtz watercolor pencils. And right now is a good time to mention that I am not in any way, shape, or form sponsored by anyone, obviously. These are all just my own opinions because I love art supplies and talking about them to anyone who will listen. Okay, so the very first thing I did was I drew a bunch of mushroom shapes from reference photos I found online in my other art journal, just drawing them to learn the shapes and figure out how mushrooms are put together, basically. With those shapes in mind, I then drew more mushrooms all over this spread with the watercolor pencils, as previously stated. And then I started coming in with the acrylic gouache, filling in the shapes that I had made. I'm working with Holbein acrylic gouache today, which is my very favorite to work with. It's just, chef's kiss. It is perfect. I've worked with most of the commercially available gouaches, and this one is my favorite. They're all pretty good. Like they all have their pluses and minuses, and honestly, it just comes down to personal preference, but this is my personal preference. I like the Holbein ones. They're really good. The consistency is very nice, and the colors are fantastic. Yeah, so that's the rest of what you're going to see is basically just me filling in these shapes that I've made with various pastel shades. I'm challenging myself lately to paint with a limited palette and to work with basically just the colors that are available in the 18, I believe it's the 18 set of paints that you can get on Amazon. I'm just trying to simplify my workflow basically, even though I love, 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 love the convenience colors that Holbein makes. And that is all I have to say about that. I have rambled on for long enough now, probably, and I'm going to just fade to some music so we can just chill out and watch this painting develop. And I will see you at the end of the video. And I hope you enjoy. I hope that you are working on something too and you can get some progress made. All right, see you at the end. what's left to do is cross the T's and dot the I's, or in this case, just dot the paper randomly all over, because what painting is complete without dots randomly placed? Yeah, if you made it this far, I think you should probably subscribe. I think you are probably having fun, and also leave a like while you're hanging out here. I really appreciate it. It really helps my small little baby channel, and it makes me feel good when I see a little thumbs up. That's it for now. I will see you in the next one.